CQC have been visiting our clinical services this month, which has been a really great opportunity for us all to showcase our work. They visited our acute wards, home treatment teams, our forensic services and our inpatient services for older people, as well as Lotus and the 136 suite. The feedback both from you, our staff at the end of the day, and from the CQC has been very positive, noting significant improvements that we've made across our services, in particular in relation to reducing restrictive practice and physical health care. I know that this has been the hard work over many months, for which I'd like to thank you all. We'll get our formal feedback on the 18th of September, and you'll be the first people who I tell what that feedback is. We then prepare for our well-led inspection, which will take place in October, where they'll meet a number of senior staff and triangulate the picture that they've had from our point of care right the way through to board. Groundbreaking news: this morning we received our feedback from the CQC, and they confirmed that we have significantly improved as a trust in the clinical care that we provide. They talked particularly about the improvements we've made in relation to physical health monitoring and into ensuring our patients receive the least restrictive options in relation to their treatment. They commended the work on forensic services in relation to safety and motion, and saw the improvements that this was already beginning to have within our acute services. In our home treatment teams, they talked about the passion and care with which our staff were delivering care in the most difficult of circumstances on occasion. And our older people's wards, they commended the commitment of the leadership team in delivering really good care that involved carers, friends and families, as well as the patients themselves. A really big thank you. This is a good outcome for us as an organisation, and I know that we will take this to further improve. Obviously we have to wait for the final written reports, but for today and as always, I think we should be really proud. It was a real privilege this month to launch our Values into Behaviours framework. This framework was a product of your hard work through our Creating Our Culture weeks, and the words within it haven't come up from Google or any other search engine. They have come from you, our staff, saying what you want to see different in terms of making sure that our values translate into our behaviours every day, and our patients and service users were also involved in informing this work. It's our framework and it's your framework to make real, so my request to each of you is to read the framework and then to hold each other to account for the delivery of making sure that our values are put into action at all times to improve our overall culture. Last year, and within our Creating Our Culture week, you told us that bullying and harassment was a challenge for us as an organisation. We've taken this exceptionally seriously and ran the Beyond Bullying workshops. The products from these will be launched in the next month. Alongside this, we've also ran work looking at recruiting into our values, and the HR team will be leading this work with all of you as hiring managers to make a real difference to how we hire people against our values. In October, the National Staff Survey will be launched. It's really important that each of you takes the time to fill in the staff survey, because this is one of the ways in which we get feedback from you about what we do really well, but also the areas that we need to improve. And that is why we undertook the culture work that we have over the last several months. And making life better together is our main response to the staff survey. Your health and well-being is really important to us and remains a commitment from the board as being one of our key priorities. I wanted to update you about some changes to some of the senior leadership positions across the Trust. I'll start with our medical director. Dr. Mark Potter will be retiring after 37 long years working for the Trust, and I know that many of you, like me, will be very sad to see him go, but wish him well in his retirement. He's been a great colleague and made a real difference to mental health services in South West London. Thank you, Mark. I'm delighted that we've been able to appoint Charlotte Harrison as acting medical director, and in October Mark and Charlotte will be having a handover period. Great to welcome Sharon Spain back in the role of acting director of nursing. Sharon's worked for us as a trust for 18 years and is delighted to be back in the position of leading nursing and quality across our trust. October is the month in which we run our Mental Health Awareness Month. This is a great opportunity for us to look at the work we do to reduce stigma in relation to mental health, and we'll be doing lots to celebrate, including running our Uplifting Images campaign, and you'll see that I'm today in Building 30 with some of those images behind me. So we're preparing to run our Quality Awards. Nominations are up. Please get your nominations in, because it's you that will make this such a great event for us all to celebrate at. I need to also remind you about the importance of having your flu jab. Influenza is really serious, and actually we all have a responsibility, being in the caring profession, to ensure that we safeguard ourselves, our family and our patients from influenza. Once again, it's an absolute privilege to lead you all. Thank you for what you do every day that makes a difference to each other, but also to our patients and those that care for them.